So I just purchased this Maurice Lacroix Aikon automatic in 42 millimeters. This is a brand new release. It just came out, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to get it. So I bought this from ECJ Lux. They're in AD in South Carolina. Chris overnighted it to me, and I'm really excited to add it to my collection. I think it's a very well done watch. It has some, features and elements that are really impressive for this price point. So it retails for $19.90 on bracelet, and at that $2,000 price point, there really isn't anything else out there currently on the market that I think packs this much punch. The first thing that I noticed was how hefty it is. I mean, you can feel the weight of the stainless steel. This is a 42 millimeter sports piece, and it is expertly finished. I mean, check out the satin rub here on the bracelet, the polished beveled edges, the thin profile, the 10.75 millimeter profile. Look at the bezel with the brushed and polished surfaces, and how that kind of translates into that signed screw down crown and plays with the light. Here it is on my 7.25 inch wrists. Guys, what can I say, but it dazzles. It really looks good. And I think fits more like a 41 millimeter, and I think that's due to the thin height and that tapering nature of this beautiful bracelet. It's a butterfly clasp, and we even have some nice perlage work here on the clasp. It's signed on one side and then also on the back of the butterfly as well. So there's just a lot of things that I like about this. And the more time you spend with it, the more time you see these little details come to the surface that help you appreciate it even more. So let's take a look at the dial. You can see a beautiful textured dial. Those pyramid ridges are sharp and clean. There's some good delineation between each one. To me, it's kind of reminiscent of the GP Laureato. Not quite on the same scale, but definitely nice in execution. And I think the perfect backdrop for those long, thin, beveled, polished handset, and then also those thin applied markers, which you can see have a very small strip of SLN lume on them. This is just a very beautiful watch, and you can see the hands and the indices catch the light well with those different beveling. They are rhodium plated. And even if you look at the 12 o'clock logo, that ML logo, you can see there's some good curvature to it too. So some nice attention to detail. If you look at the dial, you can see it change with the light. There's a little bit of a sun ray effect to that blue, and it just lights up under that sapphire crystal that has AR coating on the underside. So you can get a little bit of blue sheen in certain lights. And again, just adds to the experience, the visual experience of this watch. It's a very, very sharp one. Now, Maurice Lacroix, they're using what they call the ML115 automatic movement, which you can see through an exhibition case back. It's a rhodium plated SW200 that has been regulated and upgraded. So this one is running at +2 seconds per day, just like a chronometer, although it is not COSC certified. There is some good perlage work, some Côte de Genève, sunburst rotor there on the edges. Overall, it's really well done. I think I would personally prefer an ETA at this price point, but that might be a little bit of the snob in me coming out. I have had no issues with the performance of this watch so far. So, it's accurate, it's beautiful, and it's overall just a really fun package. What would I say are the negative aspects to this piece? Well, the one, I think is subjective. I'd prefer an ETA over Sellita. And two, that SLN lume that's on those polished applied markers is it's minimal, and so it doesn't last very long. So, again, I can forgive that because this is more of a dress sports piece as opposed to like a serious tool diver. Although this does have 200 meters of water resistance and a screw down crown. So I do find that handy because since this watch is so gorgeous and so well finished, it will pick up smudges and fingerprints occasionally. So it's nice to be able to just run this under the tap, clean it up real good without having to worry about the water resistance or the seals or anything like that. Now, there's definitely some design inspiration that ML has taken from AP. I see some royal oak in the design of the bracelet, kind of the case shape. I see, again, some GP with the texturized dial. And then there's another thing that I think is really cool that is similar to the VC Overseas, and that is the quick release bracelet. You know, this looks like an integrated bracelet at first glance, but if you look on the case back, you'll see two little knobs on both sides that are actually signed, and then if you just pinch them together, you can pull the bracelet out. You know, a nice quick release. So you could put on, you know, the blue leather that this one also has an option for. And then when you want to put it back on bracelet, all you have to do is, again, pinch those together and then place it within those lugs. And it goes on very easy. I'm a little out of practice because I've only had this watch a couple days, but you know, it is a really cool feature and one that you don't see at this price point. So overall, I'm just really impressed with all the detail, the fit and the finish, how sharp it is, how beautiful it is. I love the design. I love how it sits on my wrist. I love the accuracy. So I'm really excited about this. I think ML has a hit on their hands. I think this is going to sell really well. In my opinion, there's a void in that market around $2,000 where there really isn't a clear-cut winner in my eyes. And this one, you know, with what I've experienced so far, I think this is the best one you could buy at that price point. I'm very impressed with what they're doing. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I will put a link to that AD ECJ Lux in the description if you're interested in where I got mine. Ask for Chris. He's the one that helped me. He sent me, you know, actually texted me pictures of the watch. He overnighted it to me. I was really pleased with my experience with him. So anyways, guys, again, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.